All right, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Growth Network, where we're grassrooting our wealth, tradition, and heritage. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Hey, today we want to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson and her claim to racism following a drug test from a Russian figure skater, and how her failing her drug test and this figure skater failing her drug test, and how the outcomes are different. And Sister Richardson is claiming racism. So we're gonna get into it because there's a few levels to this, and let's just get into it. This here comes from the Daily Mail, and the title reads, IOC rejects claims by USA sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson of double standards for banning her from Tokyo Games, but allowing Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva to compete. Now, it says, the IOC has rejected claims from the U.S. sprinter. Valieva 15 was given a reprieve earlier this week to continue competing at the Beijing Winter Olympic Games, and leads the competition going to today's final of the women's figure skating. Now, this is written a couple of days ago. This is written on February 17th. I believe that's the day they said they lost in their competition. No, she did. They say she did pretty bad, if I recall. While Valieva, nicknamed Miss Perfect, tested positive in December for the banned drug trimetazidine, which is used to treat heart-related conditions such as angina, and her sample also included 2 legal heart medications, hypoxin and L-carnitine. Richardson was prevented from running at the Tokyo Olympics because of a positive marijuana test. Richardson said, "Can we get a solid answer on the difference of her situation and mine? My mother died and I can't run, and was also favored to place top 3. The only difference I see is I'm a black young lady." Does she got a point? I believe she got a valid point. Well, let's continue. An IOC spokesman responded Wednesday, quote, "You can't talk about double standards in relation to Russian and American athletes. Each case is individual." Richardson's positive doping test was discovered on 19th of June, and the results was received before the start of the Olympics. She was suspended for a month. There is nothing in common between the 2 cases. Now, that's something that we as a people, and I say Aboriginal Black Americans, I believe a lot of us, we could raise our hand and attest to that. This statement, we've heard this plenty of times, probably too many times to count, how every time we want to bring up unfair treatment, i.e. racism, something that's race related, we feel is race related, first thing people say is, well, they're all individual cases. Or let's say, like, if you have somebody that shoots up a school, or somebody that at a protest and shooting people at a protest, talking about he's a paramedic, and or you have a guy that shoots up a church and kills a lot of brothers and sisters at the church, all in the name of white power, but they try to say that each case is individual, that these people are lone gunmen, they did it on their own, they're not a part of no organization. But then you find out that their internet, social media pages have been wiped, been blocked, deleted, if you will. But that's a story and they're sticking to it. So, like I say, we see cases where, but yet, if one of us commits a crime, they want to put us all in the same boat. They want to be like, look, forget the crime part. let's just say something like Trayvon Martin, who was not committing a crime, so I don't want to put those two together. And he's just walking down the street with his hoodie going home, and he gets murdered by a vigilante, you know, saying coward or whatever you want to call it. And then it's like, now you got everybody saying, oh, black folks can't wear hoodies because they're going to be singled out. Like, why all black folks can't wear hoodies? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? First of all, the dude didn't even do nothing wrong, and now we got to be punished for something that one of your people did? Come on now. But again, double standards. Let's go back. So this games, back to the quote, which has not concluded, concerns an issue in December. She is in the center of a lot of speculation. It must be very tough on her. So right there you see that nigga. Whoa, I'm sorry about that. Right now you see the explaining for this 15-year-old. Remember, Miss Perfect, as they call her in the article. We, of course, are in touch with the team. Her welfare is the team's first priority, and obviously, we're very careful of that. But there's only so much that we can do. Amazing. Not really get into the whole lot of details. Saying it's very tough on her. Like I say, she's 15 years old. Let's say the IOC said there would be an asterisk next to Miss Perfect's name if she wins on Thursday, which again, like I say, she didn't. And as she has not yet had a hearing to determine her innocence or guilt of doping. Now, let's keep going. Her drug test results weren't questioned until after she won gold for the Russian Olympic Committee in the team's competition this month. But the IOC also know that the 15-year-old is a protected person and different rules apply to minors. Amazing. In real life, let's talk about real life. I've known 15-year-olds who commit crimes and they've been sent to adult jail. I've known of them, read stories, saw news stories, stuff like Dateline, stuff like that. I know on people, like say, youngsters that do stuff and they're held accountable for their actions. I know 15-year-olds, I've known of 15-year-olds growing up, smoke weed, drink, do drugs, rob, steal, gang bang, do good stuff too, but we're talking about the bad stuff, supposedly. 15-year-olds sneak and do stuff. That's what teenagers do. High school, sneak, skip school, shoot dice, have sex, get pregnant. That's what kids do. But for some reason, this child here is a protected individual because she's 15 years old. So she wouldn't, supposedly, I guess at 15, she wouldn't know anything about taking enhancing drugs to help her in a competition such as this. Because she's 15, so she's protected, so she can keep on, skating. I know I read one article where they said that, like I say, it could be hard on her and they don't want, this could devastate her life. Where else have we heard that? I remember a case where there was this guy, this preppy college guy, assaulted, physically, sexually assaulted this young lady behind a freaking dumpster. Got caught, went to trial, got convicted. Judge said we can't send this prepper to school, we can't send him to prison because he made a mistake and this could ruin his life, destroy his life if he goes to prison. I know a story where boy was 15, 16, I don't know if he was that old. Alcoholic, was drunk, drove a truck, got killed by 4 people. Judge said that can't send him to jail or get him probation because I forgot the name of the word, but it was saying he was too rich. Didn't understand what he was doing, he was spoiled. Can't send him to jail, gotta get him probation. These people were not of our color. These people were of a different ethnicity. So again, we've heard these stories before, but not in our favor. So when Sister Sha'Carri Richardson is saying there's a double standard, it is. But the quick response by the motherfolk is, oh, this is all individual cases. But individually, things come together as a whole. That's how the world works in real life. She continued, let's see, Sister Richardson said, it is all in the skin. By the way, THC is definitely not a performance enhance, which is true. It's not. It's something that relaxes you. Matter of fact, they know that marijuana is used. They're trying to, it's legal in a lot of states, and they know it could be used to help with pain, help manage pain. It was used for, for treatment, not treatment, but glaucoma. So I mean, to help with glaucoma. So anyway, back to what Sister Richardson said. Failed in December and the world just not know. However, my results were posted within a week and my talent and my name slaughtered to the people. She continued, not one black athlete has been about to compete with a case going on. I don't care what they say. I had to side with it. It's like, unless you show me something different, man, you know what I'm saying, prove me wrong. Because I can show you what I've seen. I can show you the facts and stories that we've been presented with. And all I ask you to do is show me where we're wrong. Show me where the lies is. Richardson was favored to win gold in the women's 100 meter in Tokyo after her record-setting races. The 21-year-old explained that she turned to marijuana while trying to cope with the emotional panic of learning about her biological mother's death during a media appearance days before her Olympic trials. Marijuana is banned by IOC, but legal in Washington State, where Richardson indulged in the drug. She was suspended from the sport for 1 month and not allowed to race in the Olympics last year. Her suspension drew a lot of criticism and has since brought about accusations of racism in comparison with Believer or Miss Perfect. We're gonna keep her. We're just gonna continue with that Miss Perfect. Noting Miss Perfect's drug results, Travis Tygart, the chief executive of the USA Anti-Doping Agency, told the New York Times it's a trifecta of substances, 2 of which are allowed, 1 that is not allowed. They seem to be aimed at increasing endurance, reducing fatigue, and promoting greater efficiency in using oxygen. I don't give a damn if it's for good and half bad. Then half bad, supposedly, in the Olympics, if you caught taking it, you're supposed to be pulled. Period. Get a retest. If everything come back and it's like a false negative with this and a third, okay, you can get back in. But other than that, you're supposed to be pulled. But anyway, Russia and Olympic officials have suggested the presence of the traumatazidine in Miss Perfect's system may have been a mistake, but other officials have claimed that it is highly unusual. Her mother and Russian officials have explained that she may have tested positive for the drug after sharing a drinking cup with her grandfather, who is prescribed the medication and accompanies the young athlete to practice most days. So here's my thing. How in the world, now I can understand if your father has herpes of the lip and he put his mouth all on the bottle, drinking soda, drinking water or what have you, water bottle, and then you grab it and then you drink it. And somehow, a couple days later, a week later, you get a big bump on your lip. I can see it. But we're talking about a medication. Now, is he taking a powdered medication? Does he, like I say, a powdered medication, he pour in the water bottle, he drink it, and then he pass it on to her, and that's how it's in the system? Or is it a pill form? Because if it's a pill form and he takes it, I'm not seeing how in the heck that much of the other drug, because you talking about some hellified, transference. Like, how in the world does he take a pill form, take it, and then give it to her, and then she drink it, and all of a sudden, she got some of that medication in her body? Man, do you know how many times growing up you shared a drink with a friend or a family member or something like that, and cuts back in the day? Man, it'd be all kind of sick people, dead people in this world. Oh, mercy, like I said, they explaining big time. Believer competed in the free skate on Tuesday, scoring. I don't care about that. Young super skater helped lead. I don't care. Yeah, she helped lead. Okay, whatever. Touch the private figure torch. Play the broadcast. Oh, in her only public comment so far, Believer told state broadcaster Channel 1 on Monday night that these days have been very difficult for me. I'm happy, but I'm tired emotionally. However, she will be required to attend a news conference if she places in the top 3 Thursday night. Why anybody talking about her and her mental illness? You know, it was a young sister that played tennis that like half black, half Asian, but then, you know, went to the Asian side to compete, something like that. And then she's talking about all the hatred she getting and all that kind of stuff. And then she want to withdraw, don't want to talk to nobody. And they want to dog her, like, no, want to dog her. But then she come, you know, it's come to find out, hey, she was saying, hey, you know, the whole mental illness thing, you know, and it's like the thing is the reaction are different when it comes to different people. But again, let them say, you know, everything's individual, right? The Russian skater plans to go big in a free skate. Don't care if it's a high base field, which means you'll have missed several jumps. Okay, whatever. Well, so with that being said, like I said, I don't need to read all that. You can read that yourself. I read pretty much down the whole damn article. But Sha'Carri has a point. There is something, like I said, unless you need to prove us wrong. We're gonna say this so much that now it's time for y'all to stop sitting here explaining, trying to say that that is not what it is. Well, we know what we see. Now it's time for y'all to start proving, because the evidence is in our favor. Now it's time for the defense to prove their case, because I'm just gonna say, yeah, it is racially motivated. But with that being said, now it's time to go to the other side of the spectrum, and that is the accountability. Sister Richardson, I know she was going through some things, and there's a lot of, you know, like I said, a bunch of layers to what she had to go through and what was happening in her life. But in the end, we as a people have to realize this is not our world. We don't run it. We don't control nothing. All we can really do is just, like I said, all we can do, but a lot of folks just, you know, complain about what's going on for the most part. So I don't care if marijuana is legal in 49 and a half states or 51 states or whatever case. If you are competing in the Olympics and the Olympics give you a list of drugs that you cannot take, or a list of things you cannot do, or substances that you cannot take, and you purposely take them substances, I don't care if 20 people take them. I don't care if 19 white people take them, and you're the only Aboriginal American that take it, and they suspend you. Yeah, it's unfair. It ain't right. But whose rules are it? What you have to do as a people is, when you're part of any organization, when you say like you join, so you get a job, you work for a certain corporation, or you run track, so you run for the Team USA or college or high school or whatever you're a part of, they have rules you have to follow. This period. If you don't like the rules, then you must separate yourself from that organization and start your own, and find one, either start your own or find one that will allow you to do what you want to do without repercussion. You can't, like I said, get mad at them for what they do, because you already know what's coming. You know how the world is. You know the world is racism, there's prejudice. You know it's there. So to sit there and to make a big stink or a big fuss about it, it's like futile. Just like for what? There's no, there's not, it can't help you. I mean, like, so what? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, this is their world. We have to do what they tell. What you have to do is you have to learn the rules. That's the first thing. Like, say you go to a job and they say you got 90 days to prove to us that we need to keep it. And that's what they give you. 90 days you can't fail a drug test. 90 days you can't miss, but maybe one day. Maybe not even that. 90 days you can't be late more than twice. You have 90 days to prove to them that, like I say, you are worth being part of that team. Within that 90 days, it's not that you're trying to abstain from doing what you want to do in bull corner. Those 90 days you should be learning how to work the system, how the system works, the rules and regulations, and then you perfect it. You got 90 days. Once your 90 days are up, you should know exactly. So you'll know who comes in late, who comes in early, who comes in at when it's time to clock in. You know what I'm saying? You can tell, like, you done got friends and friendly with enough people, know who to trust, know who you can't trust. You're gonna know who know how to hang out. You're gonna know who smokes weed. You're gonna know who drinks. You're gonna know who goes to church, who everything they're about nothing but the Bible, because you're gonna hear them. They're gonna have their phone playing gospel music every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? While you're working, you're gonna learn how to. So you're gonna learn how to. You're gonna learn how to structure, how to survive, how to maneuver in the environment. Once you learn that, then you can say, hey, you can decide, okay, now I know I work this many days, or I'm saying, be good for me to maybe take a drink, if you're a drinker, on this day, on this night, because tomorrow I ain't gotta work. Or let's say, if you do want to indulge in, legal marijuana, you'll say, I'm just gonna do it on this night because of this day, because I ain't gotta work tomorrow, and the night I'm gonna relax, so I'm gonna do it at this time. So that way I know it'll be out my system by the time I get ready to get up in the morning. So I want to fake my job. I ain't gonna do it before I'm walking into work, because if they smell it, you know what I'm saying, like I could get fired. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I say, you gotta understand how to maneuver within the regulations, and then you can see how you can kind of not really buck the system, but how you can kind of do a few things that maybe like stretch it a little bit, so you can do it just a little bit more. It's just be super conservative. But it's about kind of accountability with Sister Richardson and anybody else. You have to be accountable for your actions. If you're doing what you need to do, even if you're not doing what you need to do, what they do is none of your business. What's the saying? Say, what you eat, don't make me poop, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? It's not your concern. If I'm doing something wrong and somebody else doing something wrong and I get in trouble, and they don't get in trouble, after they say it's unfair, but I can't worry about them. I got to find a way for me to survive, and for me to get out of it, and me to hold myself accountable for whatever I did wrong, and be like, you know what, I know better, I ain't gonna do it again, because this stuff is unfair. So this world is unfair, and you already know this world is unfair to us. So you just gotta be held. You gotta hold yourself accountable. It's as simple as that. Because it's funny how you can get like a group of people that can be doing wrong. Let's say like a bunch of kids be at school and take tests, and out of 20 kids, maybe let's say like 13 fail. And so maybe your kids want to fail, and they come home and they tell you this grade, and it's like, what happens? And the first thing they say is, well, the majority of the class, most of the class failed. And my reply would be is, I'm not worried about most of the class. Why did you fail? Why you didn't pass? It was a hard test. I said, no. Why, hard that you studied like you're supposed to. That you put that phone down and pick them books up and them note cards up and that pen and pencil up, and that you sit here and study because you know it was hard before you took the test. You knew it was hard the day before. You knew it was hard when the teacher started presenting the information. You knew it was hard then. So why you didn't prepare yourself to be ready? Why you go to tutoring? Ask for help in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So when you sit here failing and your phone get taken from you, your TV get taken from you, or you can't go to the movies or something like that, your friends ain't coming over here and taking this punishment with you. Yeah, they gonna be over there doing their thing, but you gotta deal with this over here. So again, it's like you gotta be held accountable, but it's not like you're saying, well, let's say 13, 7 passed. It's not like you said, well, only 7 of us passed. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear you talking on that side. You just want, you'll say, hey, I passed the test. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, hey, the rest of them dummies failed, but I passed. You know what I'm saying? You ain't sitting there trying to say, oh man, we all passed, we finna go have a pizza party. No, you're gonna take credit. You're gonna take credit for what you did to pass the test. But when everybody else, when you part of the group that fails, now you want to lump everybody in and say, hey, we all fail, we got it together. Nah, that's not how the world works. And you know, like I said, it's not how it works for us, not how the country works, and how the rules are. Like I said, you just gotta do what we need to do right, and then everything else we can help, you know, to fall in place. But anyway, that's my take on this, man. Tell me what you think about it. I mean, it's an unfortunate, unfair, jacked up situation because, like I said, it seems like they just playing it out. It's perfect. And why they didn't suspend her for what, you know, for whatever reason. But like I say, Sister Richardson got suspended. Like I say, man, you're just in the wrong world. You're just in the wrong world. But anyway, like I said, tell me what you think. Leave your comments down below in the comment box. Hey, if you want to support the channel, like I say, always, like I say, donate to the page, or you know, so you can go to the website in the description box, buy some merchandise. That way, you know, it can be like I say, a little fair exchange, something tangible for the information we bring. If you want to start a YouTube channel, go to the description box, click that tube button link. It's a great way to start the channel, to start a YouTube channel. It gives, you know, you get the like all the hot topics, the keywords, the hashtags you use to draw in more viewers to help get your subscriptions up. That's what it's all about, right? Anyway, with that being said, until next time.